I'm going to give you an example. Now, this is my personal opinion, and wealthy people, disagree with me. That's fine. You can disagree with me. One day when I'm wealthy, maybe I'll disagree with myself. I'm subject to change my mind about things. But the house next door to us, not right next door, but down, they're remodeling it. I mean remodeling it, like gutting it. It's completely gutted down to studs. They've taken all the siding off and they're redoing it. That house was for sale. When we got here, it's been listed twice for $900,000. It did not sell, and it came down off the market. It privately sold for $1.5 million recently. Do you think he overpaid for that house? Absolutely he did. It was already for sale for $900,000. Why didn't he get it then? He paid $1.5 million for it, and then guess what? He's doing a total gut job on it. And from what I understand, he's putting $2 million into the renovation. I'm sure it's going to be an immaculate house, but he will never get that money back. $2 million plus the 1.5, that's a $3.5 million house, and he's overpriced the market. The homes here are kind of pricey, but they're not that pricey. So that's an example of someone having a lot of money. They're not from here, so they bring out of state or out of town money. In most cases around here, it's Nashville money that's coming here and buying these lots on the lake, and they're overpaying for the house, or they're overbuilding the lot with this huge mansion. And in this case, he's gutting an older house. It is an older house. It did need some work, but he did a total gut job. Overpaid for the house to start with. Overpaid for the contracting to get it done. I can't verify that because I don't know. He's getting everything done, but that's a big price tag. $2 million. I think he would have been cheaper knocking the house down and building a whole brand new. But that's just my opinion. But do you think he paid too much for that house? When it obviously, the facts that I do know is he gave $1.5 million for it, and it was listed for $900,000 last year. It didn't go up in value. In fact, there's several homes in here that are sitting on the market. They're sitting, and they've been taken down and relisted. Some of them have dropped $100,000, $150,000. They're still not selling. So houses aren't moving right now. There's lots in here for sale. They're not moving either. They're sitting on them. I think they're asking too much. I think the market is demanding too much. I just think it's a seller's market right now, but it might be hard to sell. But if you do sell, you can make some money right now. I think the thing to do really is, if you're able to, and you're looking or thinking about selling your house, sell it now. Interest rates are high, that makes it harder to sell. But prices are really through the roof right now. Sell now, move into an RV temporarily, wait until the market changes, and when the market shifts into a buyer's market, and now go buy a house for a good deal. Look at repos, look at bank repos. You can get into a house, maybe do a kind of a modest flip, and resell it again 5-10 years down the road. You can really start to generate some wealth doing that. There's risk involved. There's always risk involved when you're flipping houses, or if you're investing and then selling and investing. There's always risk, because for everyone who's making money, someone's losing money. Just like buying and selling stocks. Anytime someone is selling their stock because it's high, well, someone else is buying it, or you wouldn't be able to sell it. So there's always a risk. Anytime you got a seller, you got a buyer on the other end. So it's kind of this game is always going on. Anyway, I've kind of going to wrap this up. I know I got a little winded here, but this is just a topic that I like talking about. Did you want to talk about eBay at all?
Oh, good.
No. Okay. Hello, everybody. Since we're talking about saving money, I want to show you something exciting that we got here at the cabin. It helps us save money, and it can help you save money too.
Another Zafro?
Man, another Zafro. As you know, we got that portable AC unit from Zafro, and it's doing an amazing job. It helps augment the home air conditioning unit by allowing the home air conditioning unit to cycle off more, and it does a great job cooling this room down, cooler than you might want your house setting.
That thing has been super nice.
So what we got here is a dehumidifier. And this dehumidifier from Zafro, it's a smart dehumidifier with high energy efficiency compressor, 6.0 rating, and it's known to be very quiet. And in fact, it's silent by nature. So if you can move in, we can talk about some of the features on this thing.
Ooh,
We
feature.
do have it currently running. We have it set for, I believe, 45, but you can set this. This is percentage or relative humidity is what this setting is, where you see it, it's 55. The light up features, I'm going to be jumping around a little bit, so the light up features tells you you're below 60%.
I think somebody been dipping in the espresso today.
So if it goes above 60%, this light turns red. And the light down here where it's green, that also turns red. And that's just to bring it to your attention. Hey, you're above the threshold of what you have it set at. That's all it is. Okay, here's some of the amazing features I like about it. You have a couple of different ways to capture the water. First of all, they can capture 50 pints of water capacity holding tank per day. That's what it can hold. And just to empty it, all you have to do is pull it out, take it over to the sink or the shower, empty it, and it slides right back in.
Which is 8 liters.
8 liters inside.
Yes. If you're doing your pint to liter conversions and all that, let me save you the trouble.
This might take a minute to come back on because I just returned the tray.
Now, I've noticed we've been running this now for a day or two, and when we first turned it on, it was really sticky inside here, and it is nice now.
Another thing you can do, you have the option or ability, is you can attach this line, and that gives you a continuous drip. Like if you were to put a hole in the floor, which we're not going to do here, obviously, but if you have the means, you could put a hole through your wall, through your floor, and let this thing run outside.
And then you don't have to empty those
Then you don't have
containers.
to empty the pan, right? So it looks like this thing. There we go. I gotta touch it, turn it back on. Okay, so here we go. This is what it looks like when it first comes on. So another thing that I love about this thing is it's Wi-Fi enabled. So it's a smart unit, just like the air conditioner. And because they're of the same brand, the Zafro, you download the Zafro app. And you can connect these to your device and monitor them. And you can also change settings. You can turn them on and off. You know, if you have a power go out, you can check this and be like, oh, the power went out. You know, maybe, you'll know the power went out. So that's another signal. And if you click on these, we're going to click on the dehumidifier. It tells you 55%. You can see it matches the number here. And you can change your settings. Like I can turn the fan speed up right here. And you'll hear it. Vroom. So there's 3 fan speeds.
Because Homeboy was doing this while we were at the gym.
You can turn the light on and off. There goes the light. So there's all kind of settings in here. Anyway, you can play with this. I really like this idea. And if I want to jump over to the air conditioner, then I can just do that, and it tells me what my air conditioner's doing.
Nice. So if you're away from home, you can adjust anything. Say you want it really cool when you get home, you can go in there and cool off.
And there's your app. That's what it looks like. Zafro.
Whee! Zafro.
Now they do give you a little startup card. And so here's your QR code. You can just hit that and follow the prompts with your phone. It's
Nice little easy cheat sheet.
Yep, it's for the Apple and the Android phone, either one. Let me see what else we got here. This is for indoor use only, so you wouldn't want to put this like in an unfinished basement that still has like dirt. It
Yeah.
would probably be a little too much for it. Its efficiency too is going to be a lot based on what the humidity is outside, what's the temperature of the room you're operating it in. All these things are going to be features on how fast it can pull the water out of the air. But so far, I'm very impressed with it.
I didn't realize how much we actually needed one. When we first plugged it in, what was the reading? Was it like in the 70s?
No, it was 60,
67?
63, somewhere in there.
There was a 7 in there somewhere,
Was there?
I think.
Okay.
67, I'm going to say.
Okay, there are a lot of presets with this stuff. If you want to lean in real quick, we'll go over the buttons. So you have your main power button. I don't want to get too close because you don't really have to push them. You
They're
just have-
very sensitive.
They're very sensitive. You got your mode, which you can flip through your modes, manual modes. You got 3 different speeds of fan. We got it on the lowest speed right now, so I can talk over it. Sleep mode. Now these are the modes. I'm sorry. Let's go back. The modes has all your different presets. So you can put it in dry mode, basement mode, living room mode, continuous mode. We're in continuous mode right now.
I think there's a laundry mode too,
There is
which
also,
I thought was interesting.
Now what these do is it gives you a quick button and it goes straight to the factory setting humidity rating. So if you wanted to drop it to 30%, put it in dry mode, it's going to kick it up to the fan level 3 and go to that percent rating that's already pre-programmed. So these are kind of like your preset stations on the radio. It sets your humidity and your fan levels automatically. The only one that you can adjust manually is the auto humidity button, which is what I have here, because I wanted to select this down to 45. So it's still working to go down to 45. We've been playing
Making
around.
it work.
Yeah,
But
we've
we've
been
come a
playing
long
around
way
with it.
so far, and I can feel the difference.
Yeah, here you got your Wi-Fi enabler, so it tells you. So all you got to do to set up that Wi-Fi is to push and hold that button for 3 seconds. Your phone, put your phone on searchable mode, and you'll see it. You'll pick it up. You'll click on it, and it does its thing. It's really easy. Let's see, an 8-liter tank. So the lifespan of this is designed to last 8 to 10 years. So I think it's a great addition to your household. It helps also keep, the way it saves you money is that it has this economical compressor that's supposed to be like 3 times more energy efficient than the older styles that they've had prior. So I think that's come a long way.
Yeah, supposedly those utility bills are going to go down, so we'll see.
And it's good to get the humidity out of your house. When I look online, it says the sweet spot is about 45%. So we're working on that. Anything above 60% and mold can start to grow.
And that is no good.
And that can damage curtains, fabrics first usually, then hard surfaces. And in a log cabin, there tends to be there can be moisture in the wood, so it's going to help preserve the wood, keep the moisture out of the wood.
Also, your spices. I don't know if anybody's ever
Yeah,
noticed,
they
but
start to clump.
when we're traveling in the RV, I notice it especially. So we do need to get a dehumidifier for the RV. This would be too big, but they do have smaller ones, I believe. I'm not sure about this company, but
I'd like a tabletop size
something
one.
like that,
Yeah.
because my salt will end up being like full of water. So everything does get very humid in the RV when we're traveling, because of course we're in Florida, so it's humid always there too.
And the more humid it is, the more it works. So you have to continue to monitor the pan. And when it does get full, it'll give you an alarm here, and it'll send a message to your phone letting you know you need to dump the pan. So I think
You'll
it's very
start seeing the color red.
Yeah, and it
Red
turns-
is no
Turns
bueno.
red, that means it's over your setting or your 60%.
That's your alert.
So this is the book, Safro Smart Humidifier. It's a user manual. It comes with this, and you got your Smart Startup card. It tells you all about it. So you start with this and move on to this. And
I love how soothing and quiet they are. They both make a very minimal noise, but it's a very soothing noise.
yep, and it's on wheels, so you can easily move it.
That's a huge, huge bonus. So you could move this room to room
Yep.
unless you hook up that drain hose.
And that air conditioner is the same way. You can push it around too, but you have to set up the hoses to go in and out through the window. But this you don't.
I think
you
this
attach-
brand has been pretty cool.
Yeah, so far I'm very impressed with the technology, the efficiency. You know, I love efficiency. Talking about saving money, and it also saves money not in just the way of saving power, but it saves money in costly repairs of having to replace things that get moldy and damaged because the air humidity is too high. So, I think it's
And
a
mold
great
can do a
addition.
lot more things that are irreparable. So
Right.
something to think about. And if anybody wants to check them out, of course, we'll drop that link in the description for you.
Yep. Sounds great. I'm giving this 2 thumbs up.
All right. Loving Zafro once again. Good job, guys. Thank you.
anyway, yeah, really the only thing we were going to talk about a little bit with eBay is we don't like the way that they handle their charges. Their fees are kind of high, and they charge for the total price of the item. If I'm selling this cup for $3, I'm adding shipping. It costs another $3 to ship it. They're going to charge.
You gotta charge $3 handling also.
Is that a cheap price? Yeah. So anyway, you're getting
I don't charge.
let's say you're getting a total of $10 for this cup. Well, they're getting a high percentage, and they're getting a percentage of the total value of the transaction. So not only the price of the item, the cost of shipping it is also included in their percentage they take. I think that's double dipping. That's actually triple dipping. So I don't think that's fair. It's like being taxed on a property that you've owned forever. You're taxed and taxed and taxed and taxed. And that's why a lot of the public is getting frustrated with property taxes, because you're continuing to pay on the same house that you've had paid off for 20 years. You're still paying tax on it. And they have a point. Tax was never, if you go back to the colonial days, what they're doing with taxes now, it's illegal. It's actually illegal. What they're taxing and why they're taxing it. It's gone too far. But not really here to talk about that. That can be a point that we can talk about when there's more information available.
Do your research.
Yeah. So I just hope we've given some tips. And the big thing is, if you're a convenience person, like coffee, I didn't even mention coffee houses, like Starbucks, and we just got a brand new 7 Brew, and everybody's talking about it. 7 Brew is another fancy coffee house. It's like Starbucks. You know what the markup is on coffee at these places? It's like 800%. So it doesn't cost, I know coffee's expensive, but when you buy it in bulk at a restaurant like that, and they specialize in coffee, they're getting it at, it costs pennies for them to brew coffee, and you're paying $7, $8 for coffee. It might be nice. Oh, I'm gonna go get me a coffee on the way to work. It might be a spirit uplifter. I have a problem enjoying that $7 coffee when I paid $7 for it. I have a problem enjoying the coffee now. I'm like, oh, I don't want to drink it too fast because I paid this much for it. And I don't know.
And don't be trying to steal any sips out of my cup.
Hey, I like a good fresh brewed cup of bushy coffee like the next person, but I have a hard time paying that much for it. So I just do without. So these are paying for conveniences. So if you're paying a whole bunch for conveniences, like you eat out twice a week, you shop in convenience stores all the time, you know, like if you're a cigarette smoker and you're going to a convenience store, I don't know what they cost now, but oh my goodness, it's not what they used to cost when I was little. Now I've never smoked, but you know, people compare eggs, milk, bread, and cigarettes. It seems like all the time. But man, I think the price alone would make me want to quit smoking if I was a smoker. And of course the smokers are going to say, well, you don't know how hard it is to quit. I'm not saying it's easy. I didn't say that. I said the money would force me. I'd find something else to do. I'd find something to take its place that doesn't cost that much. Paying for convenience, if you're not paying your other bills first, that's why you're not able to pay them. Is because the money is trickling out of your bank account. You don't even realize it. $7 coffee maybe twice a week. You go out to eat twice a week. There's another, you know, it all adds up. It adds up to a car payment. Well, you're saying, oh, I don't have a car payment. Okay, right now you might have a car payment. Are you maintaining your car? But eventually you might have another car payment. And then you're not going to stop suddenly getting those coffees and eating out. Habits are hard to break. So if you can break some of those bad habits, you know they're bad. You know you shouldn't shop for groceries in a convenience store. You know you're going to get overcharged. Try to stop. Try to shop deals. Shop cheaper stores. Shop BOGOs. Use coupons. I mean, these are all things you can do to save money. Pay your credit card off every month. Pay a little more on your mortgage payment if you can. You'll save tens of thousands of dollars, and you'll feel better when you have a little more room in your bank account. You don't feel so pressed. You know, if you're living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, that would be highly stressful to me. I would think that would cause more stress to me than anything. When I have to worry about a bill that causes me anxiety. But for others, that may not be a big deal. Maybe they handle that better than I do. I worry about finances more than I worry about anything else. And maybe that's overstated, but this is my truth. And your situation may be different, and I respect other people's situations. I know a lot of people that have a lot of money, they waste money. And they just think, oh, it's no big deal. I'll make a whole bunch of money. I can waste it. Yeah, you can until you don't have it anymore. Things can change in your life. That where you had a surplus of funds, now you don't have a surplus of funds for whatever reason.
You know, when I worked at the post office and had a fat bank account, I felt more at
ease. Yeah. And what would you do to treat yourself? Would you treat yourself sometimes? Out to eat, or it's okay to do that once in a while.
Yeah, I did that stuff.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do that once in a while.
I treated myself very well.
Yeah.
I had a personal trainer. I ate high quality foods. I went and got massages, and I had a fat bank account in several houses and several cars.
Did you get your nails done?
I only did that like once or twice because it was very inconvenient and expensive. It just wasn't worth it to me. I didn't like sitting in there for all those hours listening to people who speak a language I can't speak, and they like to nick your nails, and I didn't have time either to schedule those appointments, so it became a hassle. I just did once or twice just to check it out, but I didn't continue that. But I treated myself well, and I still had a nice bank account and peace of mind and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So you do have to balance. You know who you are if you are spending money on things you shouldn't be spending money on. You know you do it, and you're trying to stop, and you're trying to change your habits, and it's hard. And I get it. I'm just giving a few tips of where money is wasted by a lot of people. I see it on TV. I see it out. I was like, man, that place is busy, man. Like, you'll see a line wrapped around Chick-fil-A is one. A lot of money to eat at Chick-fil-A. It's not cheap. It's good. It's good. We have gone to Chick-fil-A on occasion. But man, some people just can't wait until Monday when it opens because it's closed on Sunday. And the parking goes all the way around the building. And it's just, I don't know. Just seems like a lot of people are real quick to pay for convenience. If a business has a drive-through, they're on it because they don't want to get out of their car. It's convenience. I rarely use a drive-through. I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't like fumbling with my money when I'm in the car.
No, I wasn't eating fast food when I was treating myself well. I bought, the organic food, the grass-fed,
Good.
the high-quality stuff. That's what I bought.
That actually is smart, and I'll tell you why. You're saying, oh, you're paying so much money, and those things are never on a coupon. They're not. You go in Publix, those are not the things that are BOGO. The Oreos, you might find those on BOGO, but you're not going to find the grass-fed meat BOGO. You're not going to find that stuff. The stuff that's healthy, in fact, it should be charging less because it has less preservatives in it. It's just like diesel fuel. Why does diesel fuel cost more? It costs less to refine than gas does. Because it's supply and demand. It's all about, they know what the people want, so they do this to try to control what they do. They're trying to control your behaviors, is what they do. And the whole healthcare industry is a whole different thing.
Well, I
They're
can
trying
tell you
to-
I looked better
Yeah.
and felt better
Yes.
when I was eating those foods.
I read a lot of stuff about like the 5 top foods you should eat and they're best for you and it works on your fat, but these foods are, avocado was one of them. I think grass-fed beef was one of them. These are all good foods for you. You feel full, you eat less food, and it's better for you. So you feel better. So that's an investment. Those foods cost more. Now that's an investment in your health. So you're spending a little money at the grocery store for the better food, but in the end, it pays you back because you're not going to the doctor. You don't feel bloated. You're getting more done because you don't feel bloated. How would it be delivering the mail if you feel bloated because you ate a McDonald's Big Mac or something instead of
I would imagine not great.
Yeah, not
I
good.
can't speak from experience, but I would imagine not great.
So
I got a lot done during those years, and I was go, 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 and I think the food and the personal trainer and going to the gym and all those things worked like that. So it was an investment in myself.
yes.
And I can certainly see and feel the difference from now to then.
So if you have extra money that you're spending in convenience stores or buying coffees, this is where that money should be redirected. Instead of buying that BOGO cheap pork or whatever, buy something healthy and you're going to feel better. Now, sometimes these things are, I'm giving tips. I'm not saying all of these are easy. And I'm not saying I do them all, but I do a majority of what I talked about today. I like buying healthy food. Do I always do it? No. I buy more snacks than I should, and it's obvious because, you know, I don't look the way I'd like to look. But we all get on binges, and then we try to get back off of them, and that's my binge, is I like snacks. But, you know, I'm not trying to justify it. I'm wrong in buying it. I try to buy less of it, and I'll go on another binge where I stop buying it, and
No more peanut butter pie for you.
I know peanut butter pie is so hard. She made a peanut butter pie, and I can't lay off of that stuff. It's so good. But that's a treat for me, a homemade peanut butter pie. But
Maybe I should sell those pies and then I could have a nice fat bank account once again.
yeah,
What do you think? And Bushi coffee. I could sell peanut butter pie and Bushi coffee.
everybody else is doing it, and people will pay. They will overpay for stuff. I just don't understand. Do they just not know, or they just don't care? It's one of the two. I mean, well, I've got a good job. I make $40 an hour. I can afford a coffee. Yeah, you can. Go ahead. So now you're $40 an hour job, and now you're making 39. And now you go out to eat. Now you're making 38. You know, it dwindles away. It picks at the good money you're making. If you're just wasting it over here and over there and over here, then what's your good paying job doing for you? Invest that extra money. If having extra money in your pocket burns a hole in your pocket, then you need to find a place to put it, so you can't easily, quickly access it. I mean, you can put it in the stock market. You can buy CDs with it. I mean, something. That's another thing. We had some money in 2 different Florida accounts. When I got the campground, I banked there because they were financing the campground. They sold the business. It was Drummond Community Bank, and they sold it to Seacoast. And the service has been fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's more of a corporate bank now. The fees are more. They don't give you hardly any interest on your account there. So I have shifted the bulk of the money from there. Now I still keep them, but they're mostly pass-through accounts. The money hits it for a minute, and then I've moved it somewhere else. So the bulk of any money that I have, like emergency money, is up here in a credit union. That's a high yield interest bearing credit union, and they pay, I think it was at one time like 4.5% interest on your money up to $15,000 in your bank. And I was getting like $40 a month free for my money sitting there. And down in Seacoast, that money wasn't giving me anything. I get like 3 cents, 4 cents. What is that? They're making money on my money, but I'm not making any. So look for those high yield, and credit unions are better than banks. They just are. The fees are less, and they're member owned, and they're just better. I haven't seen a bank that's better than a credit union anywhere. So if you can get into a credit union, you can get good loans through them. If you need a car loan, go to those. When you walk onto a car lot and you use their financing, they have special agreements with the banks that they use. Now sometimes you can get a good deal, but they're getting kickbacks and they're getting paid to use those things. You can get better deals with your own bank. If you're willing to do, it's a convenience thing. You're paying for convenience. So we may go onto a dealership and look at something, but we're asking questions, we're feeling it out, we may drive it, whatever it is, and then we leave. We don't buy it there. Then we go on Marketplace, we research online, we get all our information, how much we want to pay for whatever. We find a good deal, and then we buy it there. Because when you buy something on a car lot, you're paying a whole bunch of extra fees you don't have to buy if you buy it from a private owner. There's documentation fees. There's just a conglomerate of things. You're not really going to get around the tax. Actually, there is a way to get around the tax, but we're not discussing that on this video. If you're buying from a private owner, the tax is based on what y'all come up with as a purchase price. That's what I have to say about that. So there's more negotiating when you're with a private person. And same with the house too. I mean, when you're buying a house, some people need to get rid of that house. They're already in something else and they need the money. The more motivated they are to sell, the better deal you're going to get buying it. So look at those things when you're looking to buy major ticket items like cars and houses and things like that. But always leave yourself in a position where you have enough money to float and pay off those credit cards, pay off that mortgage, be debt free. That's what everybody wants, and you're much happier for it. And buy smart. Buy smart. Don't pay for convenience. If it means you have to get in the car and drive to town to save $10, do it. Or schedule it when you're in town. But don't pay the extra $10 because, man, I want that pizza right now. I want it at my door and I don't want to go anywhere. I want to jump in the shower and get out and eat the pizza. That's great, but you're paying too much for it. You're paying 64% too much if you're using a service delivery person. It's just money wasted. Money wasted. You have anything to add?
No.
Well, this might be a two-part video because it's pretty long. We've been on here an hour and 20 minutes, but I get to talking, I guess. This is kind of my soapbox. I like talking. I like realty.
You said it right there. I like talking.
I like
Period.
talking. Well, I like talking on this subject. I like this subject. But anyway, thank you for joining us here at Madam Mayor's Adventures, and we thought this might be a fun video to put out. I guess we'll see if you guys liked it. Feel free to comment if you think I'm overboard or overly, or you think I'm hitting on some points that you do. Please share your experiences. I'm ready to hear them.
You?
May not agree with them all, but
What if they tell you you're cheap?
then I'm cheap. But you know what? All my stuff is paid. And if I wanted to go out to eat right now, I could do it. If I wanted to go on a trip to Europe right now, I could do it. So
What are we waiting for then?
Well, because that's not smart. So, yeah, we're going on a cruise. Because we're cheap, we save money so we can go on a cruise. So, those are things we'd rather invest in our marriage or in our life than to spend that money paying for convenience for a driver, or overpaid item in a convenience store, or full price at Publix or Kroger's. Fuel discount points, those are great to look at. I got an whole other topic I'd like to talk about, fuels, but we're not going to do that because we just did a shift on fuels. We'll talk about octane ratings and all that kind of stuff in
Save
another
those
video.
goodies for another day.
Yes, because I did make a shift. But yeah, research. Be smarter with your money and you'll be happier for it. I think you'll have a happy life. You're not going to miss that extra convenience of a pizza being delivered to your door. In 10 minutes you'll get over it, you'll make a sandwich and be done with it. And that's $40 in your pocket. So hey, be smart out there, save your money, and use it for other things that are more valuable, like investment in property or a bigger house or a new car. Things that you can use instead of things that just go bye-bye, like coffee, bye-bye, like delivery service, bye-bye, like all that stuff. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us. Love you guys. Peace out.